This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. Had this on lock since day one. All I care about is family and my day ones. Money, power, and respect be embedded in me. I don't care what you say, no one is better than me. Melanin be in my skin, so the page watch. Middle finger to the ops, keep the semi-cocked. I'm the product of Wu-Pun, Big Pac. We don't gotta be cool, go kick rocks. Only ease the mind when I meditate. Pessimist at first, now I flirt with faith. I just know I'm special like a 38. Either island of a hill or see the pearly gates. You won't see me smile till there's gold in it. I'm just being real, don't stick your nose in it. You ain't trying to listen to this rose in it. You ain't trying to listen to this rose in it. Bottle of that juice, man, the Henny sweet. Bring the pump to your kid and say trick or treat. Test me, I'ma put you in forever sleep. I'm your antidote and I'm puffing on the remedy. Find me in the cut, test the melodies. Cause I don't like what they be selling me. I'm wishing good luck to my enemies. Y'all gon' be stuck with the jealousy. Telling myself rest in peace. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die.
Can you hear me?
Oh man, what's good? What's good? How's everyone doing? Welcome to another edition of Giants versus Jets. I am one of your hosts, Truth. Other great host.
I'm Gerald. What's
There you
going
go,
on?
homie. Horrible team.
Big Blue all day.
Huh?
Big Blue all day.
I ain't messing with y'all, man.
Let's go.
I ain't messing with y'all at all today, man. How was your day? I mean, how was your week? Shout out to everybody that came out to the Hackensack Brewery. Oh, man, we had a good time. Thank you for coming out, showing love, having a good time with us.
Big shout out. Drinking it right now. Y'all gotta go get you some.
Yeah, man.
Get you some.
Yeah, man.
Good brew.
Yo, I'm bringing that freaking what's the name back, man. That's all I'm saying. Bring that pina colada one back. Yo, we destroyed that, yo. Oh my gosh.
For those that don't know, man, it's like a Slurpee.
Nah, it was a Slurpee.
It's a happy Slurpee.
You want to say a happy Slurpee? I want to see how would I categorize that. Fucking delicious is how I would categorize
Pretty much.
that.
Pretty much.
Oh man. So what they do is they have like frozen beer. Now mind you, this is a brewery, so everything there is made there. So we had a nice little what you want to say? A nice little beer Slurpee. If I could call it that. But yeah, it was like a little Slurpee, whatever, but it was like a pina colada. And man, when I say we destroyed that
Destroyed it.
that entire, everybody know you go to the stores, you see little slushies, whatever. That was full. We destroyed that in like about what, hour and a half, 2 hours. That shit was delicious. They also had a coffee one. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I really mess with that one. But again, shout out to Hackensack Brewery for having us at 78 Johnson Ave. Showed us mad love. Thank you very, very much. Speaking to G before we came on, G and them got a nice little something for y'all coming up. But once we finalize, sit down and talk, whatever.
Woo!
Man,
It's
shit
gonna be crazy.
Shit is gonna be epic.
It's gonna be crazy.
But again, thanks for coming out. Shout out to everybody. Man, I had a good time, man. I had a good time, fun. Shout out to RNG Podcast for inviting True Vibe TV. Shout out to Goddess. Shout out to Butterfly. Shout out to we even had Flavor at the table. Shout out to Howard. What's good, man? Thanks for coming through. Thanks for showing some love. Oh man, we had a good time.
And you know what? I was saying this the truth, and I said the same thing to Jeff. When you have people asking the owner, "Are we coming back this week?" You already know that they had a good time too. I mean, the atmosphere, the environment, everything was just lovely.
Man, like it was we had a nice little corner. They still had they normal whatever was going on.
Yep.
The music was playing. Because if you watch the video, you'll see everybody like rocking out and stuff. You might have heard like a little something in the background, whatever. But our mics like cancel everything. So that music going. We had the crowd involved. Cousin, she was funny as hell, man.
Yeah.
She was like Meek Mill. But the crowd was in it. We passed the mic around. People were asking questions. And I think Flavor of the Table had the most questions. Ladies brought some great topics up, but shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to everybody that showed love. Shout out to Lamont again for having us. Man, I had a great time. All right, y'all. So you know what we do here. We go over the Giants first, and then we go to the Jets, and then we'll go over what's going on in the NFL. We want to talk about that. So we're going to talk about first the do you want to go pick the pick, or do you want to do summary first? You let me know how you want to do your team.
I'll go summary first.
Summary first?
Right, yeah.
All right, so in a whole, you guys had 6 picks.
Right.
What did you think you guys did as a whole?
As a whole, I really feel like the Giants, they pretty much just plugged in like little gaps. All right. Now I know some fans, including me. I mean, I really would like to add some more beef to the line and all that, but I realized that, and we shouldn't even have to realize. We have to see what we had going towards the end of the season. It might have been like week 6 or week 7. The offensive line started gelling, so
we debuted that.
Right, the coaches seen.
No, Steve broke that down.
Oh yeah, he did.
So shout out to Steve. Shout out to Bricks too.
He definitely did break that down, but the whole thing with it is that the coaching staff and the front office, they're very content with what they have. That's why they didn't bluster that offensive line up. I mean, they pretty much went defense the whole draft. They except for the one first round pick when they picked up Tony from Florida.
Well, synopsis, how you thought overall, and then we'll go pick by pick.
Okay. Just overall, if I had to give the Giants a grade, I have to give them an A, because if Devontae Smith was was there for them to pick, they would have picked him. He wasn't there, so what did the Giants do? They traded down, and it was a brilliant plan because they was able to restore picks after trading down with the Chicago Bears.
Well, that's why I think a lot of people don't understand the fact of them trading down. What they did and the way they did, they picked up an extra first-round pick next year. And, unfortunately, when it comes to, fans, they're super hard. They want things the way they want it.
Right.
Whether it's right or wrong. But at the end of the day, I have to agree with you. My first thought was your first round pick was what the fuck are y'all doing? But when you look at the tape of this guy,
gotta watch the tape.
He's he actually put up some decent numbers. Let's put him up.
And he reminds me of
Kadarius
Kadarius Tony.
Tony or Tony?
Tony. Like Tony.
Okay. Okay.
Feels good. All right. Yeah, I know truth. I don't know nothing about that.
Old school.
But now the deal with Kadarius Tony, to me, like, he reminds me of a Tyreek Hill. You can put him in the backfield. You can put him in as a slot. You can put him in as a he could be an X. He could be a Z. I mean, he could play all over the field. Special teams. I mean, he can return punts. Whatever you need him to do, he can do it.
Right.
Now, the only thing that I would say that's a negative, and it's not a negative towards him because he didn't do anything, was, and this travel with him into the draft night on Thursday, that he had a gun charge. You know what I mean? So if anybody had,
be the first Giants who had what was that cornerback that allegedly robbed a gambling game?
Yeah,
Eventually charges got dropped.
Yeah,
But Giants cut him.
I
I don't know. I forgot what team picked him up, but
Chiefs.
Chiefs picked him
He actually went to the Super Bowl last year. It's crazy, right? He went from a felon to a Super Bowl team. But anyway, if you read the article about that, you'll understand more about it. You know what I mean? Like, people, you got to do your homework before you try to sit there and judge him over something that he actually didn't get in trouble for. He's not in trouble for it. And basically, like, there's an article that's out there. His father was talking about the whole incident. And by the way, his father, I think he's still in the military. I forget what branch he's in, but his father was basically talking about the whole incident, and the way that he was telling the story, you could tell that this is a real loyal guy. So if you do your homework on everything about this guy, you'll see that he's a good kid, and we're getting a good weapon, a good asset for Danny Jones. So, I mean, I really feel like the number one pick. It's not a home run. It was kind of like a, I don't know. I guess like when Daniel Jones got picked as the number one pick a couple years ago, people was like, what? Like, who the hell is that? Well, you know what I mean? Like, it was somewhat of the same feeling. This guy is he's going to like really be able to plug in. He's gonna be able to play.
Well, the good thing about him is you guys lost Golden Tate.
True.
But you should be getting Shepard back.
Yep.
And again, like you said, this is a guy who can line up in the backfield. He can do a lot of sweeps. He has
jet sweeps. Yep.
Phenomenal speed. And he does have the ability to line up at multiple positions. So I feel you on that. But like I said, I looked and I'm like, I have no idea who the hell this guy is. I had to do a little research because I was going in on G, and I was like, well, you don't know nothing about the kid. Do a little research, look him up.
And that's the other thing too is that he probably would have went maybe second round, before he got picked up. But the Giants saw him still on the board, and they went with the next best pick that was going to fit their team.
Well, I mean, it's also more in lines if you're looking at it from a standpoint to where you need a wide receiver. You were going to pick a wide receiver. Obviously, Eagles did the phenomenal thing and trading above y'all and grabbing him. And you grabbed a good wide receiver. I'm not going to say he was the best on the board because at the time we grabbed the best on the board.
Right.
But he is a very talented wide receiver who, again, can play multiple positions. And greatest thing about players like him, the defense has to spend a little more time on that one person specific instead of concentrating on the whole entire team. So every play that they spend their time focusing on this guy is a couple of more minutes or less. They're paying attention to the entire whatever else is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the pick, man. I apologize. I had to text him. So I apologize.
Solid pick, man. It's a solid pick.
I was going to get a second pick who I gave to y'all in the mock draft that we did. If you guys didn't check that out, go ahead and check it out. I literally gave the Giants this guy in the first round.
Yes, he did. And he actually fell to us in the second round. His name is Aziz Aljalari.
Yes.
And yo, when Truth played that video, the first mock draft for the first round mock draft that we did, oh man, I changed my pick automatically. I said I want him.
Because if you look at it, you put a guy with that strength. Look at these dudes' arms, yo. Like that strength, that speed,
Right.
and you partner him right next to Williams.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like what the Jets did, trying to put Lawson right next to our Williams. You know, what if you could put a force up front, those four guys, who you gonna double team?
Exactly. And we just picked up in the free agency another pass rush specialist from the Vikings. He has the same type of horse.
There you go.
So that our front line is really, really scary.
Well, I mean, I always, I said it before. I think you guys got a really, really good defense, and the fact that if you could create a better pass rush,
Mm-hmm.
other than
Williams, yep.
because you got a great secondary, that itself would be phenomenal.
Exactly.
Getting that and putting all that together, scary sight, man. Scary, scary sight.
Very scary.
All right, let's keep it moving. Your third pick.
Third pick, we picked a cornerback out of Central Florida, UCF.
Yes, sir.
Aaron Robinson. I'm gonna give you the word down from what the experts are saying.
All right, what they talking about?
So it says actually they didn't really say much. Hold on, give me a second.
And this guy here, Robinson, was the third-round pick, 71st overall. He's actually a cornerback from University of Central Florida.
Okay, so here we go. It says where Aaron fits in is it he gives us more perimeter muscle, so to speak.
He's not a small guy.
No, he's not.
He's not a small guy.
And he also got that flexibility to play nickel and to play the star. And this is coming from Dave Gettleman. He says we think he's a great fit, obviously because we traded up, stating the obvious, and basically he's also saying that okay, he goes, and the other thing that we really liked about Aaron is that you do the studies, you do the analytics. I'm not really a big analytics type of guy, but
Taking over the NFL.
yeah, I mean
I'm sorry, taking over sports.
sports, yeah. But I get what he's saying. But he says that the best defenses have the best tackling secondaries, and Aaron Robinson is really a good tackling corner. And from the videos that I watched on him, he sticks his nose in every play. He's in every play. Like Truth said, he's really not a small guy. He's a big, solid dude.
Well, that's what they say. Robinson has
Good, solid
second-round
pick.
talent.
Good, solid pick.
So that really lets you know that this guy he definitely has some talent.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we look at gosh, I forgot. Not what's the the quarterback you got from Tennessee?
You said cornerback
Yeah, the one you got for free agency from Tennessee
this year?
last year.
Last year.
Jets were going to pick him up, but they didn't want to spend that money on that older cornerback. But he's got a spring chicken. So getting this guy who has second-round talent, and the only reason he probably fell to the second round is because you had people like Horn, Newsome,
Right,
Asante
yeah,
Samuel Jr.
yeah.
You had those guys right there. So it was a good pick. Definitely a good pick. I like that one. All right, let's keep it going. Next pick, Giants.
Now we picked up Ellerson Smith. He's out of Northern Iowa. Now
Outside linebacker.
outside linebacker. Now the whole thing with the pick, I like the pick, but people are very judgmental. Oh, he went to Northern Iowa. They're not a big time school. Sometimes,
People kill me with that shit.
yeah. Sometimes you get the best gems out of these small time
You
schools.
can't get mad at this guy because of the competition he was going against.
Right.
Now, if he didn't dominate the competition he was going against, he was like, oh, well, he's going against a smaller school. He should have dominated. Shut up. Please
Well,
shut up.
Here's a few accolades for him. He was named the 2019 Phil Steele preseason FCS.
14 sacks in 2019, people.
That's who. Defensive Player of the Year. He's the first team AFCA All American after the 2019 season. Was a member of Northern Iowa's minority student leadership team. That's big because it shows that he'll be pretty much a good leader for that Giants defense.
Locker room presence. People.
Exactly.
Locker room presence.
Exactly. On the field leadership, off the field leadership. You gotta have that. So, all these things that people be saying, man, like, come on now. Tone it down a little bit. Tone it down. That's all I'm saying.
I want to add to this. Now, what you want you to understand, this guy is 6'6", 252 pounds, and is athletic as hell.
Got speed from sideline to sideline.
And look at the theme here, people. What the Giants have been doing. You draft Aziza. Speed power come off the edge. You put this speed power coming off the same side. Pressure, people. Pressure. With the secondary that the Giants have, if you can get pressure on that quarterback that has to hold on to that ball another second or another second or two, that tells you right there the Giants sack total is going to skyrocket this year.
It's got to.
All right, let's keep it moving. 6th round pick here, running back.
Gary Brightwell out of Arizona, and he's pretty much the same. I want to say that maybe the same build as maybe a Saquon, but he has a physical presence. Excuse me. Also, let me get to his. I just had it here. All right, so in 2020, he's an All Pac-12 honorable mention. He finished 8th in the Pac-12 in rushing with 409 yards, despite having 2 games canceled because of COVID-19. He eclipsed the 100-yard mark in 2 of his 5 games after entering the year with 100-yard games in 23 career appearances. So he can basically run the ball. He's a pounder. He's a physical presence. He's pretty much gonna fit into that 1-2 punch. Yeah, with Saquon and damn, what's the free agent we picked up? Book, right? So we basically got 3 running backs that have speed, has durability. They're able to move the chains. Okay, we're able to go north and south. We're going to be a physical running back tandem. That's how I see it right now.
I mean, the greatest thing, if you could create something where you're... See, because my thing is this, like, from the Jets' perspective, when Gore was in the game, you knew what you were going to get.
Right.
Ty Johnson was in the game, you knew what you were going to get. So if you could bring 3 running backs on the field to where the defense has to play it the same exact way each time, that's telling you something.
It's got to tell you a lot. It's got to tell you a lot. I mean, and I'm a piggyback off what True said moments ago. The Giants are really building a real physical team, and it's reminding me somewhat of the early '90s Giants teams. They were physical on defense, and everybody knows the bread and butter of the Giants is run game and defense. So that's what we're building around here, and I like it. Love it.
All right.
Love it.
All right, the last pick.
Picked up
Rodarius Williams.
At first I thought he was brothers with
He is the brother.
They are brothers?
They're brothers. His brother is the cornerback from Cleveland Browns.
No, I was thinking of Tony, our first round pick. Because
he's related to his other brother who is a cornerback for the Cleveland Browns. He was picked the first round in 2000.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. But here is another solid pick. Hold on, I just had it here. Here it is. Okay, so basically, for what the Giants are saying, that he gained a wealth of experience playing early in his career. A 4-year starter who set the Oklahoma State career record with 48 consecutive starts. He also ranked the longest streak among all active FBS defensive backs in the final season. So He's basically a durable type of dude. I don't really know his injury history per se, but
I think
from
he had
the
1 year redshirt because he'll be 25 when the season starts. So he's not your normal
okay,
rookie. He's 25 years old.
he's almost like a Chris Winkie.
Right. So you're not looking at someone who wouldn't come in with an adult mentality. He was a 4-year starter. That tells you his character. And this is a physical corner, people. Physical. And it's hard finding. I would say it's the biggest difference between oh gosh, what's the cornerback that got traded from Jacksonville? He's with the Rams now. Always talk shit. Ramsey.
Ramsey,
is a
yeah.
cornerback who loves to tackle. He's not the greatest speed, but he has good closing speed, and he's long and he's lengthy. But he loves to tackle, which makes him a physical corner. You see the
Check
fights
this
he always
out.
gets into.
Check this out. According to Pro Football, okay, PFF, he was the only FBS cornerback to face at least 240 coverage snaps. He faced 255 and allowed more than 10 catches. 10 catches. I mean, his physical way that he comes about playing the game, his physical attribute that he's going to add to the Giants' defensive secondary, that's big, man. That's big. So, and I understand, this is the NFL in college. He has to kind of show it, in camp.
He's a 4-year starter, people.
Yeah.
He's not a guy who you're looking at and you're saying, well, could have did better or no. Like he did his best with the competition he played against.
Right.
Only allowed a small amount of passes. He's physical. He's strong. And again, we said, if you got motherfuckers in the backfield that love to tackle, that makes your defense all more better.
I agree.
So I think you guys had a good draft, man. I think you guys had a good draft. And later on in the draft, what we're going to talk about is the pick that the Jets picked. So I'm glad as hell the Giants picked who they picked.
And no, I'm not predicting who's going to win the division. I'm going to let the Cowboys, have their preseason, the annual preseason crap that they're going to win the division. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. So we're going to let that play out. I want to be under the radar.
Their defense was atrocious last year. Atrocious. We'll see how Dak comes back from his injury.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they have weapons, man.
They do.
Got some fucking weapons.
And their secondary to me, is pretty legit.
No, I mean,
They just wasn't coached right, man.
This is trash.
Now they really got a good coach now for their defensive coordinator.
Quinn, right?
Yes, he's gonna coach them up. They're gonna be a lot better this year.
Absolutely. I mean, it'll be good to see, man. Last year was a year I can honestly say I wasn't used to seeing, and that is having the NFC East, the weakest division.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In football. It blew my fucking mind. Truly blew my mind. All right. Let's get to the greatest team in the world right now.
Yeah, right.
All right. So with the first pick overall was no secret at all. They kept it on a hush-hush. But he kind of let it out the bag. He knew way before that he was going to be this pick.
Mm-hmm.
So with the first pick second pick overall in the first round, the Jets picked Wilson. This is a guy who played out of BYU. Again, I'm not saying BYU had the greatest competition in the world because they didn't, but he beat who he's supposed to beat, and that's all that matters. You can't blame him for the competition he played against.
Right.
And he played in front of a good offensive line, which allowed him to make the big leap that he did, to where the guy was able to complete way more passes than interceptions that he had, which is a big difference of what we're used to. So again, this wasn't a secret. The Jets traded away Sam Darnold, which let you know they were going to take a quarterback. I know my cousin wanted us to take Justin Fields, but I love my cousin. I just think he wanted Justin Fields to get picked because he's black.
Yeah, we gotta stop doing that.
Yeah. So, but I was trying to explain to him, this is the best fit quarterback for the system that we're going to run.
Exactly.
And the fact of his arm talent allows us to kind of tweak the offense. And once he gets implemented, gets more comfortable in the offense, you'll start seeing more down the field passes because we have the weapons that can get down the field now.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I am not problem with this pick. No arguments at all, man. I loved his enthusiasm coming down the tunnel. But I do want to say this, okay? Something recently came out on YouTube about his affiliation with the Trumps and stuff like that.
I heard that too. Yeah.
So I want people to understand this. We are all raised in different climates, in different circumstances. You have to understand people are going to vote for people who put money in their pockets. And that's exactly what Trump did. It's the same thing you'll do in your business in the way you do.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, black people continue to vote Democrat, and nothing ever fucking changes. So, time for a change, people. Just saying. Just saying. Like, insanity is doing the same shit over and over again, looking for a different response.
And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these black Democrats, they used to be Republican.
We definitely were. All right, let's keep it going. Jets had 2 first-round picks. We had the 2nd overall pick, and we had the 23rd pick. Guess what the Jets did? The Jets traded up from the 23rd pick to the 14th overall pick from the Vikings, who could have drafted this guy because they need an offensive
line. Yep.
Because Kirk Cousins was running for his motherfucking life the majority of the year last year. So to sweeten the deal, and I got to take my hand off to Joe, man. I've been saying this since I first started the Jets fans podcast. Trusting Joe. This man went up and got the best guard in the draft that fits that system.
Mm-hmm.
And any system, he was the best guard, and he's versatile. This is what I want people to understand. This is a guy who, because of injuries, went from left guard to left tackle. Now, Jets already have a left tackle, so where do you think he's going to go? Left guard. So where you think all the Jets runs are going to go this year? It's going to go to the left fucking side.
Right between Mekhi Becton.
And Elijah Vera Tucker. All right?
Damn
These are
right.
2 big, physical, mauling guys. Now, Tucker, pass protection and run blocking is phenomenal. Now, we know Becton needs to work on his a little more, but obviously in the offseason, he will work on it. So you are going to have Zach Wilson's blind side protected like I don't know what. So I'm going to go into a little more on this one because you had a lot of Jet fans who were upset with the fact that Joe Douglas traded away 2 third-round picks and the 23rd picks, swap 14, for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who your quarterback is. If he's running for his life, your team is not going to put points on the board.
No.
Our number 1 need was at the guard position.
Oh, man.
Joe Douglas went and got the best guard in the draft. And on Vera Tucker, on a lot of people draft, was a top 5 player. Top 5 player we got at 14. Now, yes, trading with the Vikings, who could have drafted him and needed him themselves,
Yep.
you had to sweeten the deal. So, remember years ago when the Jets gave up picks for Darrelle Revis? I think that pretty much worked out.
It worked out perfect.
Really fucking good. So, for you guys who look at that from that standpoint, and you guys had an issue or a problem with it, I say if we went and drafted a 6th-round player that high up, then you can have all the arguments that you want. But with someone of this talent and this grade, to go up and get exactly what you needed,
Man, sit down.
sit down and be quiet. All right, now let's keep it going. Now, the big question was in day 2, because the Jets had the 34th second overall pick, which was, I think, the second pick or whatever, second or third pick in the second round, that the Jets would trade away that pick to try to recoup a third round pick again. But the Jets decided not to do that. Why did they decide to do that? Because the most dangerous wide receiver in this year, hey, I want people to understand, Chase didn't play this year. The talented as this motherfucker was, he didn't play this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Smith did his thing. But this man right here led college football in yards. All right? Elijah Moore, who should have went in the first round, and thank heavens he didn't.
That's a steal right there.
Oh, I'm going to tell you the steal. This was a good pick. And if you stay pat for a player like this. This is a guy who, just like Giants pick, can play anywhere on the offense.
Damn sure can.
Line up at running back. Do jet sweeps.
Yeah.
He can line up in the slot. He can line up at the X. He can line up at the Z. This guy, I think 1 year, and I think they said within 2 or 3 years, he only dropped 3 balls. I want you to really let that shit sink.
That's crazy, yo.
Let that
when I read that, I'm like, yo, are you serious?
Only dropped 3. It was like 3 or 4 balls.
I'm not lying though, because I literally had to go back to like when he started his career at Ole Miss. I'm watching the video. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. Like he doesn't drop passes, bro.
So you got a guy who runs a 4.3. And the only reason he was only there is because of his height. He's 5'9", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". Lightning fast. Doesn't drop the ball. And his route running is exceptional. This man can run any tree, people.
He's like a David Wilson hybrid.
This man can run any route from anywhere on the field. Still right here getting this man in the second round.
Damn.
Wonderful pick, man. I can't speak highly enough.
I can't even hate, man.
Here's the point that I really want people to understand. What the fuck are they doing out there at Ole Miss? Do you just not know the receivers that came out of Ole Miss? Metcalf, A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He played behind those 2 dudes.
Yep.
And when those 2 dudes got drafted back to back, what did he do?
He stepped up.
Because I'm sorry, there's only so many balls you're going to catch with A.J. Brown and DJ Metcalf on your fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
And DJ Metcalf is like fucking 6'8", can run a fucking 1. You know what I'm saying? But this guy is the more accomplished receiver of the 3. He just doesn't have the height those guys have. But he has the speed. He has the capability to do whatever he wants. So, phenomenal. My favorite pick, my favorite pick in the draft was having this guy right here. All right, so obviously trading away our first 3 picks, our third round, both our third round picks. We didn't have a pick until the 4th round. And what did we do? We drafted Michael Carter. Now, you're going to hear that name again. I'm not repeating myself, but this is the first Michael Carter. Here's the interesting thing about Michael Carter.
Okay.
Now, remember we were doing a draft. Briggs and Steve, they like Williams. That's the other running back from North Carolina.
Right.
Who got picked in the first or second round?
I think it was the first.
First round?
I think so. If my memory
serves
serves
me
me
right.
right.
Than him. Really think about that. So the guy who went in the first round, who's super talented, taking nothing from him, I don't want to hit that guy. Did you see that guy run? Like, I don't want no parts of him. I'd rather tackle Henry than that dude.
Right.
That dude would not go down. Literally trucking people. First round. This guy had more yards than him. Think about that. Same player. Catch out the backfield also. Not as fast. I'm not going to say he's that. But he has very quick speed. He gets to the second level, and his vision. What do we need in a run zone offense?
Gotta have
a running
vision.
back with vision.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You let the Jets load up on some real good picks here, people.
They did, man.
I'm not telling y'all we going to the Super Bowl, but the season's going to be night and day between years. So, great pick. You get this guy, again, who had more overall yards, rushing yards than Williams, who got picked in the first round. And we were able to get this guy in the second round. Fourth round. Sign me the fuck up. Sign me up. Now, here's where the problems started happening. Okay? Issues and problems with people being upset and not understanding what the Jets are doing because they drafted Sherwood. Guess what he played in college? Safety. Jets don't need safety help. This is our hybrid, people.
He's very versatile.
This is a guy who's 6'2", 6'3", and about 230, 240. This guy will be our weak side linebacker. This is the position he will be competing for. Remember, the Jets are switching from a 3-4. From a 3-4 to a 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have some speed coming out from the weak side linebacker. So you have a safety who's big, loves to tackle, playing linebacker. Sounds good. Now, I'm not sitting there telling you this guy is going to cover Pitts one-on-one, hands down, but your other corners, you'll be able to stick with him. He has the speed, been playing safety, and the man loves to tackle. Loves to tackle, people. And there's a trend that's going to be starting here. All right, so Michael Carter, the second. And yes, they know each other, and no, they are not related. Just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so this guy is more of a slot corner safety guy. All right? Again, the Jets have not re-signed at Poole. Not sure if they're going to re-sign Poole or not. But you can't have enough competition in camp. I'm not saying this guy is going to make it, but he's 5'10", he's 184 pounds, and he does have a chance of making the team. And this is a guy who had about 30 pass breaks in college. So that's telling you this man is near the ball on a regular basis to defend it. Right. So that means, remember you got to say, this guy ran a 4.32. That's fast, people. For you people who may not know, he ran a 4.32. All right, let's keep it going. Guess what they did again? Jets went out and got another corner from Pittsburgh. Last time the Jets signed a cornerback from Pittsburgh, kind of worked the fuck out. Just
he had his own island. I heard.
Own island, and I don't care what anybody say. I got no problems with Dion, but this was Darrelle Revis is the greatest cornerback to ever play the game. He redefined what defensive coaches were able to do when you put one player on one player and you forgot about him. Nobody was doing that until Rex Ryan did it.
Yep.
With Darrelle Revis. And I remember that game against the Cowboys. Des Bryant was laying the pipe to Cromartie. Put Darrelle Revis on him. He had one catch the rest of the fucking game. I just want you to understand that shit. This man went against Megatron. He went against all the number one receivers. He shut them down, people.
Yep.
He shut them down. All right, so this guy here, he's 6 foot tall. He's 204 pounds, which is what you want. He ran a 4.4. This guy is fundamentally sound, and his football IQ is phenomenal. So, is he going to make the team? No idea. But again, it's not like the cornerback position for the Jets is full of grade A quality. Again, the better the competition, the better players overall. We'll see who will show up at the end of the day. Now, my favorite pick, the Jets made Narzadine. Florida State. Now, what do you think about Pitts? What you think, Pitts? Tight end out of Florida.
Tight end in Florida.
Yeah, what you think about him?
Solid, man. You know,
Best tight end ever come out of college, they say.
I mean, that's what they say.
No, he is. Fuck that. When he went to,
But no, yeah.
He went to Winston. I was like, Saints got a fucking problem on their hands.
Right.
This fucking guy, he's too big. He's too fast. It's not really much you can do with that. Why am I bringing that up? The game Nazadim got hurt in was against Florida. And before he got injured, guess who he was sticking? Because he was a safety. Pitts. Guess what Pitts had before? One fucking catch for 2 yards. This man shut Pitts down. Yeah. So you're saying, oh, he's that good. Why was he there in the 6th round? Because he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Had an accident, and no one wants to really, no one really wants to go out there and put some really stock in a player that's coming off an injury. This is a man who's about 6'3". He's actually 6'3". He's 215 pounds. He'll probably put on some weight. When this man hits you, you're going to fucking feel it, people. All you got to do is look at this guy highlights. Every person he hit, ball went fucking flying.
Kind of reminds me of Hall when he was at Virginia Tech. That's the vibe I get from him.
This guy is a tackling machine. This guy will be making the fucking team 6th round pick. Guess what the Jets did last year in the 5th round pick? Oh, what was his name? Bryce Hall coming off an injury? And that fucking guy's a beast.
He had a good season.
Just the fuck, once he got on the field.
Yeah.
It's a fucking monster. I'm saying that to say this. I think the Jets got away with another steal in the late round. Picking this guy who came off an injury. And remember, his conference didn't play. I think they played 1 or 2 games, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they decided to shut it down, which worked out for the Jets to be able to have this guy coming off an injury, playing
Right.
1 or 2 games. First game back wasn't that, wasn't all that. And guess who his second game back was against? North Carolina, against Michael Carter and Williams. Guess what he did? Light those motherfuckers up like Christmas tree. Watch the highlights. Still in the draft. I'm telling you right now, you can time me, you can put the date, you can put the time. This is the Jets stole the draft. We're getting this guy in the 6th round. Get him fully healthy, get him confident.
Right.
Some more confidence in himself, because once a player gets injured, it's not as easy for them to get back in that move. But if this guy, who his second game back against North Carolina before the season was shut down, was laying the pipe, no homo, gotta say that for those guys who want to say that. He was lighting the motherfucking North Carolina offensive players up like Christmas trees. Stealing the draft, mark my word. I just keep it going. Brandon Echols just picked him up, quarterback from Kentucky. This guy is 5'10", 179 pounds. This guy runs a 4.3. You seeing something, right? This guy has raw talent. So what does that tell you? I mean, this guy is going to be on special teams for about a year or 2. But you have to, because you went offense the first 4 picks, you got to address the defense, and you started addressing football players who love football and that have talent, and you're looking to strike gold. You're not looking for Aaron Rodgers, even though Brady did get picked in the 6th round.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not looking for a home run. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Sherman was a 5th? Late round. He was a 5th round pick, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Guys going to the Hall of Fame. So you can't always talk about a person's school. They got talent. You put them in the right system, and Saleh, everywhere he has gone, has made his defensive players play at their greatest potential. So I'm looking for that. All right, Jets' last pick in the draft. Okay, was Jonathan Marshall, 6th round, pick 207th overall. This is a nose tackle, kind of, the interesting about him is he played multiple positions on the line. And if I'm not mistaken, Arkansas runs a 3-4. So you're going to take a 3-4 nose tackle, put him in a 4-3. Now, this is a guy at 6'3", 310 pounds that has speed and strength. That's dangerous when you, again, make sure these guys don't get double teamed. Guys like him will have the ability to get rushes at the quarterback. And I know a lot of people didn't like this pick. Why there are other people that are available, but when you look at the fact that Quentin Williams, who's going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks with a broken bone in his foot, he's going to have surgery, but he will be ready by training camp. But again, with something like that, you want someone to come along gradually. You don't want to rush him.
Right.
So we still have Rakins, we still have Fakasi. So Marshall, because of the injury to Quentin Williams, when the camp starts, is going to get a lot more reps than he would have gotten without the injury. So it'll give him, not saying he's going to be getting in there, he's going to be getting reps because John Myers can also play the end and the inside. So he's there also. So look forward to that. So overall, I was happy with the Jets pick. Again, the last 6 picks were all on defense. You had to go and, again, I love the Sherman and the Nazardine pick. These are 2 Willside linebackers. That competition is going to be fun and interesting to see. Again, because we don't really have that style linebacker on the team, except for maybe Huff, who showed a lot of signs. So right now you got Huff, Sherman, and Nazardine. So you got 3 weak side linebackers with speed and power. I'm pretty much happy with that. So overall, I was really happy with the Jets draft. I gave, if I have to give a letter, I hate the letter stuff. I was happy with it. I would say A. The reason why I say A, I would say A- bullshit or whatever. You solidified the offense, which was the biggest problem that you had last year.
First 2 rounds you did, yeah.
You got weapons. You got a weapon at the quarterback. You got a weapon to help protect your quarterback. And then you went and got the most productive wide receiver in the draft. And that's not accounting the wide receivers we already had on the team. Corey, Mims, the guy we got from Jacksonville. I forgot his name. I apologize. But that guy hands is phenomenal also.
We still got Crowder too, right?
Still got Crowder. So everybody was thinking once we drafted Elijah that Crowder was going to be released. And Sherman and Joe D was like, no. I mean, why would you get rid of that? And I'm not saying he wouldn't, but at the end of the day, with the type of offense that they're going to rerun it, the better wide receivers you can run in and out of there, and to have more to be able to play with someone with that kind of knowledge and skill level. He's only here for 1 more year. So you're looking at next year, you're looking at after this year, you'll be looking at Mims, Elijah, and Corey Davis. That 3-headed monster is going to be really fucking scary.
And I really feel like you guys really built that defense, your defense for the future.
Oh, man. I'm really
because
looking forward
you can
to
surround that. You can make that's a nice little nucleus you got there right now.
I mean, it's like you got Rakins in the middle, you got Lawson coming around that edge. I'm really looking forward to seeing it in camp, seeing how it molds. Everyone stays healthy. I think we'll have a good season. Definitely nothing less than a 500 season. I would expect for us. We'll get more into that as our season go on. The closer we get to the NFL season,
right?
We'll let you know who we think, what we think, and wins, losses. We'll go over every team and be honest. But again, I'll never ever pick my team to lose. I'm just that much of a fan. I don't care who they're playing against. I can't see. I guess you would say wisdom in that notion.
Right.
All right, so let's get into anything before we get on to the NFL.
No, I'm good.
All right, so just to go over a little something real quick, the Lions have released Kerryon Johnson. The Bucks re-signed Gilbert. The Cowboys released nose tackle Woods. The Jacksonville hire 4 staffs for their staff. Myers is getting his stuff to going. But what I really wanted to talk about is this situation going on with Aaron Rodgers. Gee, what's your opinion on that?
Well, I mean, when the Packers drafted their quarterback Love, it was last year, right?
Yep.
I guess you could say the writings was on the wall that of course, Rodgers didn't agree with that. Why not just why not draft, because they were there. They was still they need a wide receiver, and that's what I really thought they were going to do. I thought they was going to draft a wide receiver to give him a weapon. You know what I mean, like a nice shiny toy. But when they went that quarterback route, I'm like, damn, and I said off air. I said to Truth, a lot of fans are comparing this to the whole Favre situation when Rodgers came in, but at that point, Rodgers was already old and not washed but old, and I would have went and played for a quarterback at that time too, but this is a lot different. It's a lot different in a way because Rodgers is still good. He can still play. You know what I mean? He's still, he can still lead a team and get a championship, get to a Super Bowl. So when that came into play last year when they drafted the quarterback, it was like kind of a head scratcher. But I kind of felt like maybe they kind of moved on from it. But due to the fact that it's a long off season, COVID, he did Jeopardy. During the off season, and from what I was hearing, that maybe his way to like maybe get to a different team is to probably play for the 49ers. Now I'm hearing that he might actually go to Las Vegas because
I was just gonna say because I'm right now I'm looking and I'm like, what teams I would actually say,
or even Denver,
that would need a quarterback. Now Arizona, no. San Francisco, yes. Arizona, no. The Rams, I'm not sure yet. Seattle, no. Atlanta, no. Carolina, they're gonna go with Darnold, see what he can do with weapons. Tampa Bay, maybe after next year, but he's still old. The Saints, no. Detroit, depends on what Wentz and them do out there. Minnesota, obviously Kirk Cousins is not doing what he was doing. Chicago, no. They got Fields. They're good.
I don't think Phil's want to go there though. Just saying.
Philadelphia, Dallas, Giants. If he doesn't work out, I would love to see that. Washington football team, Denver. So if you look at that, there aren't a lot. There's some teams out there that still need quarterback help.
If you think about it, the Packers, they're not going to send them to a NFC East or NFC conference team. Period. It's going to be an AFC team. It's kind of like the same situation with Favre. Favre went to the Jets because they wasn't going to let him go to Minnesota and then screw him. So Favre found the alleyway. He went to the Jets, and then he was able to make his way to Minnesota from the Jets. The other thing I was thinking too, if you really got to kind of like really think about this, if he went to the Browns, I could see him with the Cleveland Browns. The weapons that they got with the Browns, Odell Beckham will not be complaining about nothing. He'll
complain about what? Here's what I want people to understand about these big money quarterbacks. None of them ever have won a Super Bowl. I want people to understand that. None of the big money quarterbacks have ever won a Super Bowl. Brady has a couple. You know why? Because he keeps taking pay cuts so the team can surround him with talent.
Yeah.
Is what Brady has done. Got his money back from endorsements and other situations. But Brady was like the Michael Jordan of basketball. Mike wasn't making killer money in the NBA.
No, he wasn't.
I think his last couple of years, it was 20 years each one, but prior to that, he wasn't making good money. He was killing with endorsements. So this is a guy who's going to want $40 million just like Dat wanted. And it's not like he's a phenomenal teammate. I wouldn't want him on my team. I don't care about the talent. The dude's a fucking crybaby, if you ask me. They did the same thing when drafted you with Favre. You sat for a couple of years, and then they turned over the reins. Same thing they're trying to do for Love. They got a talented guy late to sit for a while, learn under you. You can't play forever. And why do these people want their teams to suffer? Miami's still looking for help.
The one thing I will say though is that Favre was contemplating retirement, so that kind of put the Green Bay in a way like, okay, well, if he's going to retire, we got to get a quarterback. I think that's why they made a move to get Rodgers when they did.
Oh, this is before the whole thing. Now the year they replaced him, he tried that retirement. They wanted to come back. They was like, nah, fuck it. And that's when they
No,
traded
but
him to the Jets.
when they was in that draft, when Rodgers, because Rodgers came out of that draft class with Eli Manning. No, he didn't.
No, he did. You're thinking again.
What class was he in?
You're thinking of the situation again when they drafted him. Favre was in his prime. Favre
No.
didn't start that. I want to retire until the
He-
year
he-
before.
he-
The
he-
year before he took over. He tried it, and then he came back, and then he tried that shit again, and they said, "Fuck that. We're gonna stick with Rodgers," and that's when they traded him. So they didn't draft him because of the retirement situation.
Far before before they the Packers drafted Rodgers, he was talking about retirement.
We have to.
Yeah, but
I don't remember that one, but I could be wrong. So I'm not gonna say 100%. But again, why not have Love play behind you? Can't play forever.
you got to have a backup quarterback anyway.
But I want to say this: how many first rounds would you give up for Rodgers?
It depends. I mean, damn, that to me that really depends, man. I mean,
So it's not like you're trading for Watson, who's still in his 20s,
right?
full of talent, young. Rodgers is 36, 35, 36.
He'll be 37 this year.
So you're looking at maybe, 2 more years max? How many first rounds are you willing to trade for Rodgers? 1, 2?
And the Packers, they outright said that they're not trading him. And if anything, they'll probably wait until I guess the first week of June.
Well, I mean, if he decides he really puts his foot down, then maybe they might do it. But they know Love isn't ready. And
Right.
you're talking about a team who was in the playoffs, one game away from the conference championship. I don't think you want to play.
Well, let me ask you this: if Favre is gone, you don't think Love with the
Rodgers,
I mean, well, I'm talking about Love.
No, you said Favre was with Rodgers.
Oh, Favre, my bad.
Yeah.
If Rodgers is gone, you don't think Love can still win with the team, the current team that they have, at least maybe 10,
They
11
don't
games?
think so.
Nah.
That's why they're so hard on trying to keep him. Because, be honest with you, if Denver went at him as hard as they did, I'd have got rid of his ass.
Okay.
If you believed in Love, the way Denver was going full court press, 3 first-round picks, and all this other shit they were trying to get,
Right.
you would have pulled the trigger.
Right.
But obviously, you feel Love isn't ready. You think he might need another year behind Rodgers. But I think they calling Rodgers bluff. I think that he's just, to them, they think he's just sore. He's being a spoiled brat. He'll come back, but if he does sit out, you would have lost out. So that's it in football. Thank you for chilling out with us, hanging out with us. If you want to join us, please do so. Let us know your team. We'll include you in our podcast. We'll talk about your players and your team also. We don't just stick with ours. Last words, G?
I'm very happy with our draft. I'm really excited about what's when training camp opens. Hopefully, man, we can watch some of these training camps live. I hope so.
Well, there will be preseason games. The stands, I think MetLife is doing 50%.
Yep, 50%.
So there will be players. Now, I don't know if they're doing like other people are doing, that you have to be vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll keep an eye on that. But I would love, G, would we love to go to the Jet Giant game preseason game. Have some fun, drink a couple beers. Watch us stomp y'all out, as always.
Speaking of getting stomped out, the Knicks are down 64-43 at halftime against.
playing?
They're playing the Nuggets.
It's a good team.
Yep.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week.